It's Wednesday, which means that today is my day off, and I'm really excited about it. Not that I have much planned. I slept in until like 12:30 p.m. today, which was really nice. It was nice to get a good rest in. So I'm just gonna go for a bit of a walk, get my steps in, and yeah, maybe do some drawing later. It is very windy today. It's blustery. It reminds me of a book. It's like a Winnie the Pooh book. It was called like A Very Blustery Day or something like that. I was just thinking, like, we don't really use the word blustery these days, do we? Yay, I'm home. On my way back, I got my partner and myself some Boost smoothies. I love these like juices and smoothies. Every now and again they do like a pretty good discount on their limited edition drinks. So it'd be $6 for a big one.
Your line is keep the change, you filthy animal.
So lately I've had a bit of art block, probably for like, oh my god, like the gazillionth time. I always seem to have a bit of art block. I am currently working on a bit of a study. I'm in the inking stage at the moment for this drawing, and it's sort of a thing where if I ink it the wrong way or something goes wrong, it means that it won't end up having the effect that I want it to have. And so I think it's a bit too much pressure for me, especially on days after work. I might be feeling a bit tired and, you know, can't concentrate on a project as big as that. Instead, I've brought out this sketchbook, which I haven't sort of really shown online as much as some of the other ones I've worked in, because this was intended to just be a sketchbook and not an art book. It's sort of more of a space to play around with ideas rather than getting too stuck in trying to make a drawing look perfect. I sort of was thinking, like, what can I go back to inspire myself? And for me, it's always been drawing cartoon characters and things like that, because I absolutely love cartoons. So I don't know if this is just my algorithm, but I've been getting a lot of ads and edits and, you know, fan edits and things about the Winx Club, and it might be because I think they're coming out with some sort of reboot, but I've been getting like lots and lots and lots of content about the Winx Club. I never really watched the show growing up, even though I was in sort of like the perfect age demographic for it. I think I caught another show that was somewhat similar called Witch, and I really liked that. I still do remember the Winx Club from when I was a kid. It looked really cool and I always wanted to watch it, and I really liked a lot of the design. So I thought that because I was getting so much content about Winx and I wanted to draw something based on a cartoon, why not draw things based on the Winx Club? So last night I decided to sort of do these really rough and fast sketches, you know, as quickly as possible, just from characters from the Winx Club. I actually did Stella first and Flora. The whole point is to get it to translate to my style and find a way to sort of make sure that the characters are still recognizable. So I was thinking that maybe a fun idea would be to come back to that concept and redraw one of these characters a bit more properly, of how I would draw it if I wasn't doing it in a rush. So yeah, I'm thinking of just taking another page and just restarting. But the thing is, I don't want to use the page right after, just because I've used pen and was pressing a bit hard. So it's not the best page to start off on. So I'm planning to start here instead. It just means that we're going to have 2 whole blank pages. I would like to fill them up before I get started on my Winx drawing. My partner and I were watching the latest Make Some Noise episode, and I love the fact that Jacob Wysocki has committed to this bit of always wearing like an animal themed t-shirt. The t-shirt that he was wearing in the episode that we watched today had butterflies all over it, and I think it's been my favorite so far because I am an absolute butterfly lover. Inspired by Jacob's t-shirt today, I would like to fill up these 2 pages with colored pencil butterflies, and yeah, just keep it light and breezy. So then once I'm done with that, I can move on to my winx drawing. I was also thinking that while working on this drawing today, I could actually watch some episodes of Winx since they're all up on YouTube for free. So that sounds perfect. Yeah, just drawing butterflies and watching Winx, and yeah, just having a fun time. So I spent about 3 hours and 40 minutes, so about 9 Winx episodes on this butterfly piece. This is the most amount of butterflies I've ever drawn in one go, and I also feel that from a distance it actually looks pretty cool. So it's kind of nice to think that you've got these rough sketches and you open up to see some butterflies, and then we now have the blank space ready for another Winx Club drawing. So I think I might call it a night. I've got work tomorrow, so I'll see you then. So I finished work not too long ago. I've had my dinner and I am really tired. I just don't have as much energy as I did yesterday, I guess. You know, I didn't get to sleep in this time. Especially on days after work, I might be feeling a bit tired and, you know, can't concentrate on a project. So I've decided to compromise where instead of trying to work on this really big polished piece, I'm just gonna make some sketches in preparation for the big piece. I've picked Musa just because when I was little and I saw any little like pictures of the Winx Club, you know, say in a magazine or something like that, I think I liked Musa's design the best, and based on what I've seen of the show so far, I think she seems to be the most emotional, and I can kind of relate to that. So I'm just gonna sort of have a bit of a chill night and yeah, just drawing these sketches and seeing if I can come up with something nice for my final piece. I don't know why, but I'm just in a really good mood today. So it's now Friday and I'm feeling pretty festive. Got like these fun earrings on. So you know how last night I made a big point about how I was going to start sketching my Musa drawing? I'm just gonna make some sketches in preparation for the big piece. So this is what I did. Yeah, not much in terms of the way of planning. I was legitimately quite tired last night. The good news is I am feeling a lot more refreshed today, and I also feel like taking a bit of a risk. I know that the whole point behind this was to sort of plan out the final piece, which is supposed to go here, but I kind of just feel like just starting the final piece and sketching that out. So I think that's something that I'll focus on today. So you know how I was like, oh, I'm not going to do any sort of sketches to prepare for this drawing anymore? Well, it turns out I'm a liar because I have done some sketches. I just think I'm a bit scared, honestly, of doing this drawing. I really, really love Musa's design. I just love the combination of the fairy wings with the headphones, and the reason I picked her as well is that I think her hair looks really cool. A lot of the photos I could find online were of her with her longer hairstyle, which looks nice, but I just feel like her shorter hair makes her look really cute and unique. It's tricky when you're drawing something that's already in a cartoon art style and translating it to your personal cartoon art style. You want to be able to capture the magic of the original style and keep the integrity of the design, but at the same time add something new and different. I'm interested to see how this turns out, that's for sure. Okay, so I think I've got a sketch that I'm happy with, a bit of a composition. It took me a while. I feel like I've sort of fought with my grey lead pencil. Usually I tend to approach drawings like this by inking first, so using whether it's ballpoint pens or in this case it's likely going to be fine liners. I usually, just fully ink it in blacks and greys and let that dry and then colour it in. What I'm thinking of doing is actually colouring her in with coloured pencils first, and then I'll make a decision whether to ink her. I'm actually really happy with how the sketch turned out. I think she looks really cute, but still looks like the character.
Walk us through your story.
Yeah.
How does it begin? Set the scene for us.
Hi again, it's Monday night. Today I have been very tired. I really just spent the day working and I just took a very good nap, and now I actually feel quite refreshed and ready to continue work on my winx drawing. It's been going very well so far. Just on Saturday night I worked on the under layer of the colours. I was avoiding colouring in the skin just because there's some leftover grey lead pencil, and I find that sometimes if I'm colouring the skin, these smudges can kind of muddy up the skin tones a bit. But with that said, that this is meant to just be something that's in my sketchbook and not a super duper finished piece. If I was trying to make a super complete piece, I would use some different paper and different pencils and things like that. So tonight I'm going to try and tackle colouring in the skin and continuing to add more and more colours, and see how far we can go with tonight, because I would really like this piece finished. Alright, so I think I'm basically done with the colouring portion of this. I'm feeling pretty good about it, and I can also only push the paper so far. You might see there's a little bit of warping and the paper can only allow me to colour it in so much. So I really enjoyed layering these pencils, so if you have any recommendations for paper that can handle a lot of colouring and pencil layering, please let me know in the comments. But I think for this sketchbook, this is probably enough colouring. I think it's looking nice and vibrant. I noticed when I started to really layer up around the eyes that I think I actually don't need to put any inks on this drawing and just keep it like a nice pencil drawing, which is quite exciting. I might make some minor touch-ups here and there as we go along. But next up, I would like to draw the sparkles. So as you can see in the reference image, the character has a lot of sparkles. I think this is quite common for all the Winx characters, especially after they've transformed. And they're animated in a pretty cool way on the show. It looks like it would have taken a lot of effort. With the sketches that I did initially of Stella and Flora, I did the sparkles using white Sakura Jelly Roll pens. That I'm not like the biggest fan of how they turned out, but to be fair, I was definitely not concentrating as much as I would with the current piece I'm working on. I don't have any other white pens, so it looks like we're going to just have to go for it and see what happens. Wish me luck. That I finally finished with the Musa drawing. This is what she looks like in the sketchbook, and I'll put up some videos and photos of how she looks a bit more closer up because I don't know if you can really see from here. I have to say that this is probably my best colouring job that I've done in a while. This drawing turned out a lot better than I expected. I'd really love to draw all the Winx characters, especially because I've already had a bit of a practice. So look at all the work we've done in this video. We've got a sketch of Flora and Stella, and we've got a whole double page that's filled with a bunch of butterflies based on Jacob Wysocki's shirt. Then we have our Musa drawing. Now, as you can see here, I've actually erased all the sketches that were originally there. My partner sort of pointed out that maybe it'd be nice to put a drawing next to Musa just to fill in that page. So I'm not sure because it is looking a little, I don't know if you can tell, but there's a lot of smudges and pencil marks there. So maybe it'd be a nice spot to put something really simple. If you'd like to see these drawings more clear, plus a bunch of other stuff that I get up to, feel free to follow me at Kristen's Reflections on Instagram. I hope you had as much fun watching this video as I did creating it. Thank you so much for watching, and I can't wait to see you next time, whenever that may be.